Hello everyone and welcome to my Kickstarter fundraising page. Thank you very much for visiting. In layman's terms, one could state that I'm holding this fundraiser in order to access the services needed for me to become a published author. But this really isn't about me. While this is my aim, the end goal and the end game is empowering young people to take ownership of their differences and their unique stories, and to find a path of empowerment to improve their lives. Today, I am proud to announce the name of my book will officially be titled Trial, Error, and Success, a Memoir of Teenage Disability. Now I'm going to tell you a bit about why I'm hoping you'll donate to my cause. I wrote part one of this book, the story of my life as a teenager with cerebral palsy, when I was 18, during the summer following my first year at university. I felt the need to because it was so obvious to me that there was a problem, and I couldn't understand why no one was talking about it. Talking about the fact that in the media, there's a huge lack of attention given to women with disabilities, and further, to people with disabilities of all gender identities. When there is attention given, it is stereotyped and a far cry from reality. The images we see in the media perpetuate prejudice in this manner and lead people to have low self-esteem and to poorly integrate into society. We need to change the culture of disability, and that is my goal. As a teenager, I didn't see anyone in magazines or on the television or in the movies I watched I felt I could relate to, and this was deeply unsettling. My lack of physical ability left me feeling inferior and unworthy of life's joy. Further, I couldn't see myself as normal because how I walked and the way I wasn't anywhere in the world. I was so sad and I was consumed with feelings of loneliness, depression, suicidal thoughts, and the desperation born of it. I was so angry. There was, however, eventually something stronger than the sadness within me. I had a thought on repeat in my mind, the day I turned 18. I don't have a role model, a guide to how I'm supposed to feel worthy and whole and beautiful, because I walk so ungracefully and without agility, and this is in direct contradiction to who I'm supposed to be as a woman. And I exist as a human without the ability to put on a pair of shoes and take myself anywhere I desire. It made me feel very low. No one was there to lift me up as I went through multiple surgeries and learned how to walk again. And that mattered because I fell so much. After some time, it occurred to me, I'm sure that if I feel this way, surely other young people with disabilities feel the same. So I sat down and I wrote for them, and in the process, I became the friend and the role model I never had. I took every inch of me that I hated, I took every molecule of self-doubt, and I poured it out on paper. I then reflected on the fortitude I had inside of me simply as a result of synthesizing all I had been through. In 22 years of surgeries, of stares from strangers, of being treated like an invalid or like I'm not a sexual being or sexually desirable because I'm disabled, or that I can never be successful like those with no physical disabilities can be. But I did not take all these experiences. I did not define myself by them beyond the cruel years of my adolescence. As I moved into adulthood, I began to see that I was in charge of my self-perception and indeed of how others saw me as well. If I had stayed within that dark place, I would not be alive speaking to you today. I took all I had and wrote a messy, vocal mantra to disabled girls everywhere. I was able to do this because I was so fueled with energy. I woke up one day in the summer when I was 18, and I realized that the only person who could make me feel less than is myself. I want everyone to realize this and to feel it in their gut. Sure, the women in magazines stare at us and transmit messages of doubt and unworthiness, But we can disempower those messages by virtue of realizing that we're in control of our own minds. I hope my book will help you feel this way. Because the barriers disabled individuals face in an able-bodied world are concocted. They're constructed intentionally by the media that endlessly spin an unattainable and frankly miserable ideal of beauty and ability and perfection. But they are only as powerful as we allow them to be. We must redefine ourselves according to what we feel inside is beautiful. I wrote this book with girls in mind because women have very unique experiences in the world that leave them at a systematic disadvantage, so it is very important for girls with disabilities to be spoken to directly. However, I hope that boys and men will read my book too and will want to support my cause to raise money so that I can publish my book. As long as someone, regardless of their gender, finishes my book and feels empowered, then I've done my job. I'm here today to humbly ask for your assistance in reaching my goals. I hope you will find artistic merit in my words, in my excerpts, and in the About My Project section. But moreover, I hope you will find solace, empathy, and excitement. I hope you will want to be a part of a process that will allow you to ultimately read my book straight off the bookshelf in its full published form. I understand if you're unable to donate. I fully comprehend what it's like to have no money and the damaging effects that can have. If you could help get the word out about my Kickstarter campaign, that would be equally as helpful. For example, I could reach my goal if 550 people donated $10. I hope that you will follow me on Twitter and be brave and go on this journey of self-empowerment with me. Thank you so much for your support in helping me to make my dream come true.